Sarnia Lambton Business Development Corporation, and Tuesdays at 10 with Jen, where we will discuss all that impacts business. I am Jennifer, your business advisor and engagement officer. I will be your host in the weeks to come. The Sarnia Lambton Business Development Corporation was founded in 1988 as a nonprofit, community-based corporation backed by federal government funding. We want to reduce small business failures and empower business owners to succeed by providing access to funding and resources they need to build a stable work environment and a sound business plan. We offer free business counseling and flexible and repayable loans for new, existing, small, and medium-sized businesses. Today's topic: during tough economic times, what needs to be considered for marketing a business from the product and service perspective and from the changing customer perspective. Between the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russian invasion of Ukraine, it's driving up energy costs, along with other compounding factors like backlogged supply chains. Economies have been disrupted around the world, pushing interest rates and inflation to some of the highest level in years. This factored with an increased cost of living and increased pricing, especially in food costs for the end user. Consumers are watching their financial bottom line as they may be more poorer or feel poorer during these circumstances. Economists are hesitant to use the word recession. However, we can't negate the fact that all of us, consumers and businesses alike, are tightening on their spending. Now, the ever-present question is, how long will this last? Consumers tend to maintain a thrifty attitude during these present economic circumstances, but are more cautious and cognizant of their spending habits. This trickles to the business and appears as lower profits. One business approach to the exceeding costs and lower profits is to initially cut the marketing budget. Well, a business can reduce this cost, but shouldn't eliminate it completely, as it's a brilliant time to connect and reconnect with current customers and achieve new ones. Last week's session discussed how businesses could cut costs. If you missed this topic and would like to know more about this dynamic, please see Tuesdays at 10 with Jen for more information. A business can be more efficient about how they market to customers. And in coming weeks, we will focus on the marketing mix, specifically price and promotion, so stay tuned. Today, we will just focus on product and service regarding the marketing mix, and we will look at how the customer changes during these times and which demographics are lucrative, along with what product categories do well. Remember, it's critical to continuously target the customer, but business must be able to respond to the changing customer because of their changing times, as their behavior is also reflective of the current circumstances. It's essential to learn about what the current and changing behavior and attitudes are and respond accordingly. Historically, not all businesses have performed miserably during a recession. These businesses focus their energy on prioritizing their marketing budgets, redefining their marketing strategies, and increase brand awareness efficiently and effectively. Here are some examples. Prior to the Great Depression, Post was the leading cereal brand in the market. Post responded by slashing marketing budgets due to their lower profits, while Kellogg doubled their advertising budget in response to the competition, and the profits increased 30%. Kellogg's overtook Post as the market leader and has maintained this way ever since. In the 1990s recession, McDonald's reduced their marketing budgets, so Pizza Hut and Taco Bell focused their energies on maximizing and promoting their new and innovative food offerings, like Pizza Hut with their stuffed crust pizza, and Taco Bell with their new value-added menu in response to the price-sensitive customer at that time. Pizza Hut increased sales by 61% and Taco Bell by 40%. McDonald's, on the contrary, their sales dropped by 28%. An American pool company named River Pools and Spas thought they were done and prepared to lay off all their employees and file for bankruptcy in 2008. This was a response to losing a lot of business, as pools and spas are luxuries most do without during struggling economic times. The company reassessed their offerings and tried to lure customers regardless of these current circumstances. The company reevaluated their pricing strategies and packages offered, created more affordable packages, and adapted their work processes to reflect this. They stopped focusing on their retail sector and focused solely on their manufacturing processes and honed in their skills in fiberglass pool construction. They harnessed the power of the internet, let data lead and direct them to targeting better digital customers and marketing to them better. These moves took this business from a small-scale retailer ready to fold to a successful, nationally recognized pool business today. Get to know your customer. Again, all businesses know effectively what their demographic is and how to market to them and their respective behaviors. During these times, the customer changes in terms of what they buy and how they purchase. Customers look at ways to extend their hard-earned dollar and parting with it by assessing the value they are getting. They look to different methods of researching expenditures and spend more time researching these items. So personal selling may be more important for more than just luxury items that we see traditionally. They need continued validation from their brands they are currently purchasing. If they do not receive this, they may entertain the competition quicker now than in more profitable circumstances. So brand loyalty tends to be a lot more tumultuous. The customer focus on expenditure shifts. During these times, and we've seen this occur even with the lockdowns during the pandemic, the customer tends to spend less money out of the home on items such as movies and dinners out, and more on enriching their home experience. Products focused on in-home entertainment, such as books and in-home movie experiences, along with items that save consumers money, like cooking appliances, bread makers, anyone, tend to do well and are popular during economic downturns. This doesn't mean the restaurants are out of the game. They need to create possibly a package that somebody can bring home that is more value added. So they still can play a part in this game. Customers also justify spending on home improvements, such as simple fixes like furniture and outdoor landscaping, because it brings them joy in making their spaces more comfortable. Product categories that do well are exercise equipment. Mind you, this is usually secondhand. Consumer staples like food, utilities, and clothing, coffee and tea, cosmetics, movies, TV and video games, baby products, kitchenware that have lowered their price, allowing for coupons, discounts, and sales, pet care products, candy, and automotive parts, as many would rather repair a vehicle than purchase a new one right now. Again, customers are looking for the cheapest approach possible in these scenarios, but they need more information while they're researching as well. Vacations and dinners out are luxuries customers cannot afford spending on, but efforts to make a home more enjoyable improved aids the anxiety and stress compounding from outside the home, notorious during these times. Big ticket items such as cars, luxury mobiles, and newly embellished appliances tend to take a hit. Consumers are strongly driven by saving in precarious labor markets. There's an increase in price comparison, and many consumers will be driven online because of this research. This may even prompt more online spending, unfortunately. This does not help small business who have limited digital exposure. So it's important to take this time to work on your digital presence and refresh your online image. How's your website working for you? How is your social media working to serve you and your customer? Are the marketing messages consistent between platforms? Remember, it's always cheaper to retain an existing customer rather than acquire a brand new customer. According to Forbes, in uncertain economic times, anxious consumers cling to familiar, trusted brands as a safe haven. In a recession, purposeful advertising and comforting messages that reinforce an emotional connection with the brand, as well as demonstrate empathy, are key. Customers will look for the best deals and discounts. Depending on the household, customers may start buying off brands and/or cut off luxury purchases completely. However, even with well-connected brands, customers are still looking for better value and are willing to trade off premiums for a cheaper price. If a price reduction is not an option, ensure to communicate and educate the customer on what the competitive advantage is over less expensive products by explaining the product and services and what their features, advantages, and benefits are. Where are your customers online? How can you communicate with them, educate with them, engage with them? Try to discover and familiarize yourself with how your customer is trying to save money and when they are trying to save money. Sometimes a simple conversation with a customer at a retail checkpoint is a great opportunity to acquire some simple primary research about the customer. And good news is not all demographics are suffering. Current studies show that millennials or Gen Y, anyone born between 1981 and 1986, making them between the ages of 27 and 42, And the Gen Z population, anyone born after 1997, making them 26 and younger, are very attractive right now to retailers, as most are living at home still with larger than normal disposable incomes, partly due to the bank of mom and dad covering most of their expenses. By 2028, these demographic categories should grow to 70% of the consumer population, and by 2028 versus 60% of the consumer population in 2021. Due to the large ranges of ages, spending and saving habits will vary between these generations. These ages prioritize sustainability and environmentally friendly brands when making purchases. They appreciate fashion and the finer and healthier ways of life. They are digital shoppers and prefer brands with large online and social media presences. They are suspicious of credit cards and prefer buy now, pay later programs. Some not only have full-time jobs, but side hustles as well, allowing them more funds to spend. They dislike budgeting, but do value the importance of saving. Gen Z are spending more money than millennials, but this is due to the additional expenses usually in the family life cycle and the respective consumption patterns. Millennials are more concerned with additional financial responsibilities like groceries, clothing, and insurance, and sometimes kids. Millennials will spend more for a greater customer experience like travel and elevated experiences. However, Gen Z are more likely to switch to a cheaper alternative than their counterparts. Gen Z spending is focused on electronics, technology, health and wellness, some product categories that usually see a hit during these times. Gen Z is more likely to shop secondhand and resell items compared to their counterparts. They are smarter about credit card debt than previous generations. Valuable information like this can allow you to know what customers you have shopping with you and how to maximize their spending during these times, and ensure they are coming to you and not your competition. However, not all businesses are chasing after these particular demographics. Land's End, for example, has focused their efforts on Gen X, while other retailers are chasing the millennials and Gen Zers. They've maximized their opportunity. They know their key customers and are focused on targeting those efforts and capitalizing on these. Usually after a recession has ended, a customer's attitude and behavior return to normal once the economy starts picking up. Usually this is within 2 years. However, this time could be different. Unlike other economic downturns in history, there has been a compounding impact of multiple unprecedented events all at one time. This could mean that consumerism may be impacted as long as a decade possibly, and be replaced with a cautious approach and a heightened sense of economic vulnerability. There's no doubt we are all changed forever, and it's important that business owners know their customers and intimately know how this has changed and how they can market to them better. Consumption patterns could have and may have changed forever. We need to keep this in mind. In future weeks, we will be looking at other aspects of the marketing mix during a recession, like price and promotion. Then we will focus on how businesses can creatively come up with ways to generate extra revenue for a business when consumer confidence is down during a recession. And in the future, we'll be looking at tax time support for small business and how to get ready for their accountant and CRA. Please come back to see Tuesdays at 10 with Jen, where we will discuss different aspects impacting business, the different functional areas necessitated for business, and all that is impacting the economy and your business. If you have any questions or would like more information about what we discussed, please visit our website at www.slbdc.com or call us at 519-383-1371 for an appointment today. We care about your business success and our local economy.